Well, hello and welcome back to another Minecraft episode with your good friend Rad. It's Epo. We've got some mobs. Run! Run! Oh, there's just crawling out here. It's episode 7 and I'm continuing to try and get the episodes out when I can. Obviously I don't do YouTube for a living. Whoa, that was over my head. So I'll try and get them out when I can for you guys. So hopefully you're enjoying the Let's Play series so far. But episode 7, I've got some plans for this episode. Another project to pick up. But before we do that, give me slowness. Get up, kill sometime. Oh no. That's it. Okay. Yeah, we've got some plans, but before we do that I need to get some... Did I just walk past the lava pool? I think I did. I need to get some lava for finishing off the this... You followed me from all the way over there. You are desperate. Oh, let's get away. To finish off the cells for the actual zombie sorter over in the stables. So, once I get rid of all these mobs interrupting me when I'm trying to tell you nice people about stuff, let's just fill in these buckets without falling in. Is that it? Yep, 5 should do it. Oh good, the sun's coming back up as well, that's good. And I'm still getting shot at. Get in your face. Right. I hope, smack him up the bottom as we go by, I hope you enjoyed a little time lapse of me getting a beacon and doing what I can to actually find wither skeleton skulls. I set out to try and do it proper survival, finding them, but on this server they just take forever to spawn wherever I was, and I was pretty far out trying to collect them, and they just yeah, they weren't spawning. So I got 2 normally, and then I got the 3rd one and I went to this server, a public wither skeleton farm, and I went there, and as you saw, nearly lost everything right at the end there before I got the last skull. But for some reason, I don't know how, but the skelly shot the zombie pigmen, and they all came after me. So yeah, anyway, I've got my beacon and I'm going to be using that later in this episode. But here you've not seen this in its pretty much finished state. What do you think? I'm really pleased with how it looks. I've got sort of dirt trodden floor. I mean, people will be taking horses in and out the stables, and it could be a, you know, bit of their mess or poo or whatever as well. So just to make it look lived in, and hay bales and chests as well. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how it looks. I finished off the ceiling on this part, and I finished off the roof up above as well, which I'll show you in a second. But these cells are now done, and this is the 2-hit kill button. So this is the XP side. So as I explained, switches down XP, so they'll come up and the zombies will drop down here. And I've popped some swords in there just to finish off any awkward guys as well. And then if I was to flick the switch up, then it turns into sorter mode, and then we get one in the cell, and then they'll carry on. The next one will go into the next cell, and this is like a kill and a reset button. So that will pull the blocks below, and if it's just a zombie and you don't want them, they can drop down, and it resets the water flow above as well to allow the next zombie in. So I gathered some lava because I need to place this down in some spots to actually kill the zombies as they come down. And it's one of them's here. Let's do that. And where are we? Oh, we missed one. Yeah, I missed one. Okay, so if we build that up, and I've got no blocks. That's prepared. Let me go and get some blocks and I'll be back. So we can put the next bucket of lava there. And then block that off. And then the third one in here. You are gonna go over. Yep. And then the final... Yeah, this has only got one cell of size. The others are 2 wide. This is only 1 wide, which is the last stable. And that's because I had to fit in... I couldn't put a piston over this side as well because I had to fit in like a kill drop. So this is the kill drop for any overflow. So if you've got 4 zombies and you're away doing something else, the water stream will continue to flow to this point and the overflow will drop them down there and keep them out of the way so they're not blocking up the system. So that should be that's done. So what I also want to do is quickly show you the back area. So I've got a bit more work to do in the back area. I meant to decide maybe what to put over here, but I put a work bench, a work area over here with some furnaces for cooking stuff up if you wanted, and some hooks for putting up tools, and there's a working crafting bench as well. And over here we've got an anvil and a bit of hot molten metal, so for making shoes for horses, I suppose. And you can we've got a cauldron with some water in it, so trying to, you know, decorate it in a way. I don't know whether anybody will ever get back here, but it completes the build, and I'll need to think of maybe some other bits and bobs. If you've got any suggestions of what I could put in over here in the stables, whether I could just pile up that with hay bales, I don't know. But I need to put some further details in outside as well. So I'd like to sort of pile up some snow, swap out some of the blocks for cracked stone bricks. I get shot at again. Run away, you're burning. Go on. So yeah, a little bit of detailing on the outside, so I'm going to quickly do that. And then that will be pretty... Oh yeah, I didn't show you the roof yet. I haven't shown you the roof. Let's get up and show you that quickly. There's the roof. What do you think? I'm really pleased with it. So I've finished the 2 sections either side, and it's got a little tower with some nice windows, and I've got torches in there so it lights up at night as well. And the theme matches this quite well. Apart from the roof, I thought I'd put some detailing into the roof of this one because it was quite all one sort of solid colour, and there was quite a lot of roof, so I decided to just put a little bit of detailing around the edges, and I think that seemed to work. So let me know what you think about that, and I'll get on with this a bit, and I'll catch you in a few minutes. Okay, so I've been doing a bit of detailing, putting some bushes down so they look like a bit of hedging, and some extra snow, so giving it just a feel of its sort of piling off the roof a bit. So I'm thinking that's looking quite good now. And then I put various different variants of each of the blocks in the walls as well. It's looking good. I'm quite happy with this. I'm really happy with this. That looks good down there as well. Look at that. Nice bit of contouring with the snow. Anyway, I've been while I've been doing that, I've been trying to get my sorter to work as well, and it's a bit hit and miss. I couldn't figure out the redstone below. Well, I figured it out, but it just didn't seem to work the way I expected it to. But yeah, so basically I've got a button with redstone going down, and then it just powers into a couple of redstone torch towers to the pistons. And I would have thought that because this piston is closer to the source than this is, but this one goes back first, as you would expect a normal period of time, but this one then is a bit slower than really quick, and I'm not sure. As you know, I'm not good with redstone, so I'm not entirely sure what's going on, but here we go. And things like that happen if you're not quick. But it might just take a little whack with the sword now and again. Let's just reset that again. So yeah. Yeah, that's working. So I'm happy with it. I am happy with it from an idea and a concept of putting it together and getting it to where it is. I'm really pleased with it. Let me know what you think. Do come along and use it, because sooner or later I'm gonna claim these blocks, so this will be on XP mode all the time, so you can sort of hit them with your sword and get XP. But if you do want to come in and use it to get a zombie villager and cure them, then you can obviously get in touch with me. That's not a problem, and I can trust you to come along and have a go. And at certain points maybe I will readjust the claim and you can have some free weekends. Oh, we got a villager. You're a keeper. And he's holding a sword as well. Does that mean I don't need to name him? Oh. Problem is, at the moment I don't have enough stuff to even cure him, or the splash potion of weakness, is it? Harming? Weakness? One of them. I need to look it up. Anyway, so it's working-ish. It's separating them out enough that you could probably get a villager out of this, which is what at the end of the day, that's what I wanted. So yeah, I'm happy. So it says, please help me rid my stables of a zombie infestation. Be careful. Please keep the stables shut. Zombie outbreak. And help me cure my stable workers. So basically the zombies have taken a hold of some of my workers in my stables, and we need to cure them. Get them back. Get them back breeding. Get them back to full strength, full health. Anyway, let's put that back to XP. So if you come by, XP mode will be on all the time anyway, at least. On another one. Can you pick that up? Oh, well, I suppose I'm not going to get it over the fence, am I? Suppose I can come back and do this again another time. And you're not picking the carrot up. Oh, we got 2 villagers going. Oh well. Anyway, on to the next project. So I have quite a few projects going on at the moment, so it's quite hard to keep up with what I'm doing and where I am in various episodes, and trying to put it out in a logical order to yourself. But this next project is yeah, I'm a little bit far off from getting the zombie villagers or villagers out of that, because I will be putting a breeder together at some point. So that is one project for the future. But at the moment there was a couple of little smaller ones I could do. And the next one is not far over here. Basically, I have a double spider spawner somewhere on the server, and it's not this. This isn't what we're going to be working on, but I do want some black wool for a design element of the actual spawner itself when I get around to doing that, and having ink sacks would be great to get black wool, and also good to potentially sell on the server, because I'm not aware of anyone or come across anyone that's sold any yet in the mall. And again, it's another one of these mobs that's quite difficult to actually harvest the ink sacs in the sea. So next project, you probably guessed it now, it's going to be a squid farm. Yep, and it's going to be going in here. Now, I got this idea from a YouTuber, and his name is JL2579, and it's essentially having sort of water streams running from this level here, which is 63, I think. Yeah, so I'm looking at 63, I'm standing on 61, so squids will spawn between sea level, which is 63, and then Y46. So the water streams will be running from ceiling here in single columns alternately down to a level of 46, where I will be encasing the bottom of the streams in signs, or open gates, sorry, and that will allow the squid to pass through, and there'll be a further drop where they'll die from fall damage. He did it slightly differently. There was like an update bug that they were utilizing, where they put a block of ice and surrounded by glass, and then from below put glowstone beside various ones to create a block update, and broke the glowstone and the ice and the glass and removed everything, and then the block stayed in that state. It didn't update, so there were just these water streams hanging in the air. That's been fixed. That's no longer possible, so that's where the open gates will come into force. So I got a bit of digging to do, and that's why I got this beacon. I decided I've had enough. I've done quite a bit of digging in various bits around my base, and a lot of it with iron picks, and it gets a little bit monotonous after a while. So I'm going to put this beacon down, and I'm going to dig this out to the extent that I need it, which is pretty much all of it. I haven't explained, this is a 13 by 13 area, and the actual, well, you'll see when I get to that point. I'll obviously come back and explain when I'm putting various things in. I'm going to do it sort of crudely. I'm not going to do any decoration to begin with. I want to get it done and make sure it works. I've been around the area within this level. Well, not completely, obviously I can't see underground, but across the surface and in canyons and caves and things within a 128 block radius. I've checked for water sources to make sure that no squid can spawn, and I'm pretty confident I've got most of it. Anything on the surface is either ice or it's actually above the spawn range, the spawn layers of the squid themselves. So let me put this beacon down. I'll put a little time lapse in again, and we'll dig this baby out. Okay, so we've got this far. Now the idea is that I'll just get rid of some of this cobblestone. Basically, the bottom open gates go here, so there'll be like a water stream coming in there, and there, and there, and there. So you see the pattern of how the water streams will be coming down. And they'll be coming out the ceiling like that. So I need to put signs across this floor in a way that encases those water streams so that they don't go anywhere else other than in a straight line, and they don't spread out everywhere at the bottom. So let me get some, I keep saying signs, open gates. Let me get some gates together and I'll do that, and then I'll get right back to you. So I think I have them all in the right place. So essentially a sign on each block and a sign below should mean that the water, when it drops down from there, should sit and not go anywhere else. Well, that's the theory anyway, at least. Okay, so let me get rid of these dirt blocks, and we'll stick some water streams in and see what happens. Right, so that's all the dirt now gone. Moment of truth. I forgot to mention that I did, before I did any of this or dug this out, I did check with my closest neighbour warped matrix, just to check that they were happy that I could build this here, and that they had no plans for any sort of water type builds within the sort of 128 block radius, just so that it didn't affect the spawn rates of the squid. That's if they spawn at all. We're still to see that. But that's what we're going to try and do now. So let's just get things in order. So we've got a couple of buckets at least. Let's get some water. So I did check, and I was going to say he, I don't know whether it's a he or a she. They kindly offered to help, and I was grateful for their help, but to be honest, it's been fairly quick to do this. It hasn't been particularly time consuming, and I know that everyone has busy lifestyles, as do I myself, but I managed to do this so far, which is quite good. And of course they will be welcome to use the farm at the point that it's up and running, or that it's actually working. So if we put a water stream in there, keep your fingers crossed, it stopped. Now, yeah, I think that's right. Got a sign below, haven't I? Signs, keep calling them signs, open gates. Nice. How do I want to do this? Do I maybe want to put a whole floor of dirt in? Yeah, maybe I'll put a bit of dirt across the whole of the middle like this. Without killing myself. As long as I can reach, yeah, quite easily reach those. Can I reach them? And again from there. Okay, so just do this. Can I get to them? Yep. Like that. I don't even think we need that there. Yeah, we can get to those, and as long as we don't fall off of this thin, I hate holding down a button to creep around. So let's do one over here, that one there. That's looking good. Okay, so do some others. Let's just grab some. We've got more buckets here, so let's do some more of that. We don't need any more wood. And get rid of those. Right, so let's do some more of these. So we need a gap. So I said it was alternate blocks, so they're going to be a single stream of water going down like this. And I'll put the link in the description to the farm and the gentleman who I believe came up with it, and he explains the reasons behind doing it like this, but I think it maintains a sort of group spawning. So far so good. So that's the idea. Question is it gonna work? If I spent all this time for nothing? I hope not. Okay, so it's a bit dull watching me do this, so I will put the rest of these in, and then we will go at a distance to allow spawning, and we will see whether we get some squid. I'll be right back. There you go, I've got all of the water streams in. It's looking good. Obviously we need to decorate if it actually works, and I've also dug right down to level 30 down there, so when they leave the streams and hit the floor below, that's far enough for them to die. And of course, if it does work, we'd put a rail on top or just underneath. We'd certainly put a layer where that layer is and put a hopper minecart running back and forward and collecting the drops. But while I've been doing all of this, I've not seen any squids spawn. I also dug out this viewing area as well, so you can stand all the way over there, which is further than 24 blocks away, to this first curtain of water. So that should be optimum for spawning squid, and I don't think there's anything else I can do, but leave it with me for a bit, and I'll hop on and off the game now and again, and I'll see if anything spawns, and I will let you know. So I've been hopping on and off every now and again and trying to see if anything will spawn. As soon as I get in, or in the morning, I'll hop on and see if anything spawns, or whenever I start up the game I will come over here and just see if anything happens. At this point nothing has actually spawned, and I don't know what else to do. I've got everything in the right place, I've got it in the right layers. There's next to no water, or there shouldn't be anywhere around this, so it must be somebody else in or near an ocean biome creating squids, or getting squid spawning over there, and that's just stopping this. I did ask the question of one of the mods said, yep, it's because somebody's near an ocean biome and that'll be what's stopping it, and I find that really strange and a little annoying. I did do all of this, maybe I should have checked that out first, but I would have thought that a server with lots of people on, or any server for that, not just this one, but you would have people across the whole of the world map, and squids are only going to spawn around one person. I'm not sure I believe that, but at the moment that seems to be the case, and nothing is happening in my farm. So that seems to be a bit of a failed dig, and I'm quite disappointed that I've spent time doing this. I thought we could get it to work. Maybe it will work. Maybe I'll get the odd drop out of it. That'd be great. I mean, if it worked properly from testing for 1 minute, if it just worked for 1 minute, I would have 9 stacks of ink sacs from it. I know that from a fact, you know, from doing it in a test world. But as soon as we're on this server, no, nothing. So I'm not sure what else to do.